Hi. So we saw how the Harappan civilization disappeared sometime between 1800 and 1500 in the last lecture. What we want to do now is pick up and see who replaces these folks. And in doing so, we want to ask a couple of our guiding questions about the Vedic civilization. So we want to think about how geography shapes these folks, how it relates to their social practices, whether they are folks who herd animals or engage in agriculture. They do both at different times. We also want to think about how they develop connections with other groups of people. In this case, the group of people living in the area they come to control. So how does interacting with those cultures shape these folks and change them? As we do that, we want to think a little bit about, if I were to ask you to define what the Vedic culture is, what would you say? And we want to start doing something we're going to do for the rest of the class, which is put different groups of civilization next to each other, juxtapose them. So we want to think about how these folks compare to other civilizations using those guiding course questions. And hopefully by the end of the course, what we can do is we can draw some conclusions about civilizations by looking at lots of examples. Specifically towards the end of this lecture, we want to think about how some changes in politics and in culture shaped politics itself and also shaped religion. And I have linked just at the very end here a video, if you find this stuff fascinating. This is about 27 minutes worth that really digs into the geography and to the religious side of things. On the next slide, I've got a bunch of key terms. They're words that I'm going to throw out that might sound a little unfamiliar. Again, hopefully you read the textbook or skimmed through the textbook before this, so those names aren't going to seem that unfamiliar. Say hi to Wallace. But if you're confused about something, you can always revisit that slide and see what we've got up there for proper spelling.